37th Teaching from the Golden Ones. Where do thoughts come from? We tell you each soul is always connected to the heart and mind of God. God is constantly sending guidance to the soul. However, the soul may not always be attuned to the frequency within the brain to hear the guidance. A good metaphor for this analogy is how a computer is always connected to the internet. The internet is always available to provide a response to the computer, but the computer must request assistance. Prior to coming to Earth, there was only one frequency which the soul was attuned to, the frequency to the heart of God. In coming to Earth, the soul is in training to become a co-creator God, to serve in any one of the many galaxies or solar systems of God. There is much the soul learns through life's experiences, which is one reason the soul receives the ability to manifest and has free will. Free will is the gift which allows the soul to experiment, learn, and discern the correct use of wisdom in manifesting and making decisions. Thoughts come from listening to the guidance from the heart and mind of God, the guidance from Archangel Lucifer, or from self, based on the soul's life experiences and observations. As the soul evolves through these various stages and vibrates at different frequencies, he is constantly receiving guidance from both the heart and mind of God and tempting guidance from Archangel Lucifer. Based on the soul's awareness of self, determines the soul's choice on whose guidance he follows. The soul will also listen to its own internal guidance based on previous life's experiences, desires, motivation, and self-awareness of self. The choices a soul makes determines the quality of the soul and karmic learning lessons, if any. Any decisions making by the soul based on self-gratification will generate a karmic life experience for the soul's learning. The karmic life experience is not necessarily generated in the same lifetime as it was generated. The karmic life experience is based on the ability of the soul to handle the karmic life experience and to learn from it. Therefore, we recommend to always embrace life's experiences and to understand the learning lesson in the life's experience. These karmic life experiences are not to punish the soul, but to allow the soul to learn through these life's experiences. If a soul steals from another soul, there are different motivating feelings based on why a soul would steal from another soul. Feeling of greed, arrogance, domination, uncaring, and cunning. When another soul steals from you, there are different feelings a soul learns from being the recipient of a theft. Feelings of unfair, betrayed, helpless, vulnerable, and disappointment. Nothing can happen to a soul through life's experiences that the soul did not manifest, whether the soul is conscious of the life experience or not. There is a fourth element of influencing thoughts that affect the soul's action without the soul realizing he is being manipulated by an outside entity. Souls who have transitioned from the physical body but have remained on the earth can spiritually attach to another soul. When this occurs, the attaching spiritual entity has a profound way of influencing the soul with its own fears and desires. The unsuspecting soul, not aware of the spiritual attachment, believes the fears and desires are its own and falls victim to the emotional state of the attached spiritual entity. This happens quite frequently, especially if the soul is in a low vibrational area and is unaware of protecting its light body from unwanted influences. Soul must always protect its light body from being influenced by fears and haunting thoughts, either caused by self through life experiences or by an outside entity, either physical or spiritual. We recommend memorizing and using the prayer to remove emotional parasites to clean the light body. This prayer is designed to remove each individual energy distortion from the soul's light body when identified, any fears, haunting thoughts, or emotional distraught within the soul. This is an ongoing process until the soul becomes consciously aware of their thought process and can prevent any additional attachments to the light body. Prevent any attachments to the soul from an outside force. The prayer of protection is recommended. This prayer also needs to be memorized and used sparingly. This prayer is designed to prevent any spiritual entity from attaching to a soul. This prayer is also designed to remove an attachment of a spiritual entity from another physical soul. These two prayers were designed to keep any soul protected from any of the low vibrational influences and forces which can be free and exist in the spiritual training school on earth. We remind you that nothing can happen to any soul that is not part of the training agenda for the soul, even death. In experiencing a life experience, the soul must seek the lesson in the experience to understand why the life experience is occurring. Yes, it can be a karmic relationship manifested by the soul where the soul is not aware of the initial occurrence. However, if the soul assumes responsibility for all of his life's experiences, then this attitude by the soul would certainly enhance his journey while traveling here on earth. Again, we remind you that you are loved and always guided, guarded, directed, and protected, not only here on earth, but always on your journey, serving the will of God. In our next teaching, we want to discuss how life's experiences teaches the soul about acquiring and developing God's characteristics in our classroom here on earth, the golden ones.